All right, good evening. Welcome to the DeKalb County Board of Zoning Appeals. At this time, we'll take roll call.
Yep. Frank Pulver,
Yes.
Roy Walker, Andrew Provines, Wayne Funk, Jason Carnahan, Andrew Cruz,
Here.
Chris Gallmer, Meredith Wright here.
Okay. Approval of the minutes from March 10th, 2025. Listen to a motion to approve. We have a motion. Is there a second? All of those in favor say aye. So moved. Old business, none? Pardon me? Oh, thank you. New business, petition 25-07.
This is a, excuse me, a petition of Michael and Tammy Beagle requesting a development standards variance to allow for the reduction of the front yard setback for a detached garage. Excuse me. The proposed garage will be 69 feet from the center of County Road 8, and the required setback is 80 feet. Property is located at 1875 County Road 8 in Ashley and is zoned A1 Conservation Agricultural. To the north and southeast west around it is farm ground to the north and farm ground to the south, and to the west and east is single family residential, all zoned A1 agricultural. In the UDO in section 2.06 in the A1 district development standards, the front yard setback is 50 feet for primary and accessory structures. When we determine that front yard setback in the UDO in section 5.43, the setback dimensions are to be taken from the center of the road, adding together the right-of-way as determined by the DeKalb County Thoroughfare Plan, plus the minimum front yard setback per each two-page layout in Article 2 of the zoning districts. County Road 8 is equal to a 60-foot right-of-way. It's considered a county local road, so 30 feet from each side of the center. In this case, the total setback from the center of the road would be 80 feet, which is 50 feet from the building setback line, plus a 30 feet right-of-way equals 80 feet total. Petitioner is, like I said, requesting to build a detached garage. The garage will be approximately 69 feet from the center of County Road 8, thus requesting the variance for 11 feet. It meets the standards of the side yard setback. You can kind of see that there. They have it at 10 feet. Variance is needed due to the existing home location and lot size. The subdivision was recorded in 1974, and according to Mrs. Beagle, house was built in 1974 as well. Lot size is 0.44 acres. I also put in your packets, one thing I overlooked was the impervious surface coverage calculations. In our A1 zoning district, the maximum lot coverage permitted is 15%, which is only 2,000, for this property, 2,874.96 square feet. The home is about 36,000. The shed in that northeast corner of the property is about 500 square feet. The gazebo being 220 square feet, and the driveway sidewalks about 6,200 square feet. That's about 10,500 square feet of existing improvements, and divide that by the 19,166.4 square feet, which is the lot size in square foot. Total existing lot coverage is 54.8%. When you add in that proposed barn of proposed garage of 960 square feet, you're at 59.8% lot coverage. So we need to add to the request for the increased impervious surface coverage for this variance. As you can see on the aerial map, the lot really is just kind of big enough for what they've got there. And I believe, if I remember right, I'm sure Michael or Tammy can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the septic is to the west and the north. So this is kind of the only place for them to add any sort of improvements to the property is on this east side. And with the lot being the size that it is, the impervious surface calculations are obviously going to be over what is allowed. Be happy to take any questions you have. As I said, Michael and Tammy are here to answer any questions as well, if you have any. Otherwise,
Do you know if there was any lot size minimum, maximums in 1974?
I would assume there was, and I'd have to look at the old master plan, see if I could find something.
Basically, this would be a legal non-conforming currently.
Correct, it'd be considered illegal non-conforming.
So really, the 5% more on impervious surface, in my opinion, wouldn't be that big of a deal. I did drive by it today, over here on the east side property line between the neighbors, and it's a lovely tree row. The neighbors can't see it, they're not gonna be bothered. It's almost impervious to the neighbors, so it really won't mess up sight lines. And it's not like the neighbors, are gonna have to look at it right there. You can't really see the neighbors through that tree line. Looks pretty good.
Just surprised that of the lot size, especially given 1974, that's pretty small.
Yeah, but looking at the neighboring properties when I drove by, they're all pretty much non-conforming.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And were they all, maybe they got exceptions too back then, it just wasn't recorded in a way that we could easily pull that data.
Okay. No, that's fine. Michael or Tammy, would you like to talk about your plans will you come up to the microphone?
Just make sure it's on. Should be a blue light turned on when you hit the button.
State your name and address.
Michael Beagle, 1875 County Road 8, Ashley, Indiana. The reason why we wanted put the garage up there was for extra storage. Her mother is going to be 91 here pretty soon. And her property, Tammy she owns it, but she has the right to live there. So when she passes, there's going to be a lot of extra stuff, and we don't have no storage space. So that's the reason for the addition.
Okay.
So
this is just going to be like a garage or?
yeah, well, let me clarify it. It's not it'd be a pole building, 24 by 40 by 16 feet.
Okay.
You
And-
don't intend to put any additional driveway, permanent impervious structure down to that building?
I was thinking that the way it sits, we could go adjacent to the one that we have already there. Instead of coming from the road or anything like that, we could just curve it right into the one that we existing.
Everything is.
Yeah, we just.
I'm thinking attach it to the existing driveway just to get to where the garage door would be. I would assume the door on it.
Yes,
So what you have there now is like a circle driveway,
yes,
and then that's going into the existing garage?
yes.
Okay. Any more questions from anyone?
Do you have drainage outlets for eave spouts and will you have eave spouts and everything on that building to take care of the water?
I believe so.
That's kind of important.
Well, when you got that much impervious area.
Yes,
No place
yes.
for it to go,
Even more important.
up to the neighbors, yeah.
So where you're building this, we incorporating the building that's already there?
No, that will be moved. That's just a shed.
It's just a shed?
Yes.
Okay.
That will be completely removed.
Yes. Yes.
What's the reason you can't go farther north with the shed, or your new barn, moving it back far?
There's a existing side room to the house.
I see.
Yeah, it's like maybe a 8 by 10 little side room.
Mm-hmm. Against the line, yeah. No, I don't have any more questions.
No more? Anybody else? Thank you. I would ask if there's anybody else to speak, but there's nobody out there. So, okay.
Ready for findings?
Yes.
All right. Jurisdictional findings, and all of these are proposed findings tonight until adopted by the BZA one way or the other. Application completed and filed on April 11th.
Yes.
Legal notice published in the Star on May 1st with publisher's affidavit and receipt received.
Yes.
Certificate of mailing notices sent and receipts given to staff.
Yes.
Letter from the County Board of Health dated April 9th.
Yes.
Letter from the County Highway Department dated April 3rd.
Yes.
Letter from the Soil and Water Conservation District dated April 1st.
Yes.
Letter from the County Surveyor or Drainage Board dated April 4th.
Yes.
And the letter from the DeKalb County Airport Authority is not applicable to this situation. So we have some proposed findings of fact, 3 questions in particular, and we'll go through each one separately. Number 1, will the approval of the variance request be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, and general welfare of the community?
I would say no, the proposed reduction in the front yard setback will not be injurious to public. The detached garage will not impede any line of sight of the neighboring properties or impede the overall use of the property. We'll see letters from the various county departments.
And will the use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance request be affected in a substantially adverse manner?
No, the proposed reduction to the front yard setback will not adversely affect the neighboring properties. Neighboring properties are vacant land used for farming or single-family residential.
Will the strict application of the terms of the Unified Development Ordinance result in practical difficulties in the use of the property?
Yes, the current lot size subdivided in 1974 is small, and the strict adherence to the Unified Development Ordinance will cause issues with that.
All right. And, all right, so then we have down here proposed recommended conditions of approval. Staff's recommending approval and recommending the following conditions. Number 1, the board retains continuing jurisdiction of this from development standards variance to assure compliance with all terms, conditions, and or impose additional conditions deemed necessary for health and safety. Number 2, a development standards variance to allow the reduction to the front yard setback to 54 feet is approved. Number 3, comply with any applicable environmental standards as required in Article 5, 5.11 EN 01 in the Unified Development Ordinance. Number 4, no off-site drainage crossing said real estate should be obstructed by any development on the site. And number 5, no certificate of occupancy or certificate of completion shall be issued until the applicant files written evidence of compliance with any conditions of the DeKalb County Board of Health, DeKalb County Highway Department, DeKalb County Drainage Board, or DeKalb County Surveyor, DeKalb County Airport, Soil and Water Conservation District, or other agency as applicable. File written evidence of compliance with federal or state agencies where identified in the findings or conditions, and the zoning administrator to determine when the conditions have been met.
This maximum surface coverage, was that going to be incorporated in some way?
Can we just add that to the motion to approve both?
Finding that, and include in that the idea that the, your answers to the proposed findings would not change with the impervious.
Then also, do we want to add the condition that eave spouts are put in a manner that drain properly as the only real condition?
And it sounds like they're agreeable with that, to have the east spouts. I think that'd be appropriate.
We may want to also note that they do intend to have additional coverage, impervious coverage with the extension of the driveway.
Yeah. So that no one's surprised
We could ask-
about that later.
Add that to condition 2, that the maximum impervious surface coverage increases to 60% if approved. And then the eave spouts, what'd you say, located?
Just put on the building in a way that proper drainage is taken from the yard.
Pretty good sized building, so.
Okay, perfect.
Any more comments? Any more questions? Okay. I'd entertain a motion for approval or disapproval.
I'll make the motion that we approve both the increase in impervious surface coverage as well as the front yard setback being reduced on the conditions that eave spouts are put in that properly drain the yard. And what was our other condition, Chris? Okay, I thought we had one more.
Impervious and east spout, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, those are,
And that's the motion.
yep.
Yes. There's a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Have a second? Right.
Roy Walker,
Yes.
Andrew Provines,
Yes.
Wayne Funk,
Yes.
Frank Pulver.
Yes.
Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.
That is crazy though.
These small lots are gonna be a problem down the road.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the section where the, I think that's tiny.
Yeah, and well, if they had to put a new in, they'd be out of luck.
And did you see the?
Was that, if you, Andrew, you drove out, is
Do
it?
you want to finish this and then you can have your
Wet
conversation
spot or what?
No, the gazebo.
Oh, really? It's over the line.
Yeah.
I think all
Or probably didn't.
the residents
Adjourn?
on that strip are going to be in
We're adjourned.
the same problem.